Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Blender. I'm your host Kevin, and today is June 16th, 2019. Happy Father's Day. Again,
Yeah.
shout out to all those dads out there or father figures. Uh,
Those
I'm joined
daddies.
by.
Shout out to my baby mamas.
Oh my
Thanks for the
goodness.
reminder.
No problem, guys. I'm joined by three lovely guests who come from three different backgrounds, and you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
Hi,
I
Jonathan.
know. Hi. I know. I know Kevin through a Splatoon server. I actually have not played Splatoon with him yet. I'm still waiting on that. I guess I should say my age for some reason because that seems like a cool thing to do. I'm 26.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm the daddy of this voice chat.
Welcome to Dadcast.
He's our chaperone.
I am a recently employed pastry cook. I have been
Ooh.
unemployed for 3 years, and I just recently got a job, and that's
yeah.
really
Sweet.
exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. I will probably share photos later if we get to a situation where we can talk about that kind of stuff. And then you guys, everyone who's listening can just hear the reactions, but not see the photos.
maybe I'll do a little editing magic. If
Oh shit!
I have
I
to.
believe in
Ooh.
you.
All right.
That'd be pretty sweet. Okay, hey guys, my name's Greysen,
Hi, Grayson.
and I know Kevin from college. We took Japanese together, and we both graduated recently. And I'm 22 years old, and I recently was also employed as well. I just got a job as a server at a wine bar, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Congrats!
And I'm also currently playing RuneScape, and I'm excited to talk with the boys.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fucking love RuneScape.
Dude, for life, for life.
Oh, I forgot to set the timer. Shit.
So, do I go now?
Yeah, you good?
Okay. I'm John.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi. I've known Kevin since 7th grade. It was in math class. I remember that.
Yep.
Was it love at first sight?
Yep.
I think we sat by each other.
That's cute. That's really cute.
Yeah. And then we had like 4 classes after that. So yeah, I've known him for a while. I've been employed. I've been in the military for 2.5 years now.
Damn.
I hate my life sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah. I am 22 and I don't know.
All right.
That's about it.
You heard it
Thanks,
here
John.
first, ladies and dads. He's 22
Thank you for your
and he
service,
hates his
sir.
life.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Oh,
your
you're
service,
welcome.
John.
You're
Navy's
welcome.
finest.
I don't know about that, but
let's dip right into the first topic. It's not really a topic. It's just a little update for everyone out here listening. As you can tell, hopefully my mic doesn't sound like a fucking fat potato. I'm using my tablet right now, but whenever I plug this mic into my laptop, it turns the mic into like a piece of poo poo. So
Ooh.
for now, this is the setup until I buy like a blue Yeti or a blue Snowball. Probably not.
It actually sounds pretty decent, bro. Like,
Yeah.
especially
Right?
for a
Yes,
tablet.
thank you.
yeah,
Can't believe that's a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And yeah, so that's it for the update. So technology topics. There's like a slew of things I want to talk about. We'll go through them fairly quickly. I don't want to stay too much onto it. But the first one is the Apple Mac Pro. That thing looks like a cheese grater, and their stand is like $999. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Well, the cheese grater thing is quite accurate. That's all I know about it. Is I just saw the picture and I laughed. Imagine like falling on that thing, you'd like lose all your skin.
Oh, yeah.
I have to look
Apple
this up.
has really tanked, I feel like, in terms
Oh
of
yeah.
in design of their products in the recent years. Like, there's so much shit that just would not have flown if Steve Jobs was still alive, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like the camera bumps on the iPhones. I mean, I know they're on every smartphone now, but like, I don't think that would have happened if Steve Jobs was still alive. Like, that's just not possible.
Yeah.
And this Mac Pro is just another testament to that. Like the trash can before it was, I thought it was really cool. A lot of people trashed on it, but no pun intended. But this new one is like, eesh. But at least it's modular.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually, I mean, were the last ones modular?
The trash can wasn't, and the one before that I believe was.
Okay, that's actually kind of a big deal.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really an Apple fanboy at all, and so it makes me really happy to see that how poorly they're doing in the mobile market. But I mean, that's kind of a step in the right direction. That's something that Apple needs to do instead of
Yeah,
just charging an
absolutely.
Being
arm and a leg.
exclusive. Yeah.
I'll be upfront. Like, oh, go ahead, John.
Oh, I didn't even know what it looked like, so I just looked it up, and it legit
Yeah, it's bad.
brought up like cheese graters and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll admit that I'm like an Apple fanboy, but like I know when to like draw the line and say this is fucking stupid.
Okay,
Yeah.
that means we got a balanced cast then. That's good. I haven't
Yeah.
had an iPhone since like the 4S, and that was honestly an awesome phone. So
Oh, it was.
Mm-hmm. It was a big
I'm
deal.
at
that
the 7
was.
right now.
Yeah, I'm
You got the
riding
7, nice,
Plus.
nice.
Yeah.
I have the 6S Plus, and I really don't want to give it up because I love my headphone jack. And
Oh
the
my
ability
god,
to
yeah.
charge
That
at the
that
same
Get
time.
the adapter.
that made me
Yeah.
mad. That made me
Like,
mad when they took that away.
I just use Bluetooth now.
But like you have to charge your Bluetooth earphones, and Bluetooth takes up more of your phone's battery. That's just bullshit, man.
Yeah, you must assimilate to the Apple. You must cut all your headphones in half.
I mean, I'm all for like new technologies and like obviously what the new Mac has is like new technology. I understand the price raise, but at this
Yeah.
point they're turning less into a lifestyle brand and more into like a luxury brand.
Yes.
I'm not vibing that right now. It's like
I agree.
Yeah, it
come
looks
on,
pretty
guys.
luxury to me.
Luxury cheese.
Only people.
Next one. I'm sorry, John. What were you gonna say?
I was about to say like only rich people understand using a cheese grater as a computer.
One last thing, like you just mentioned about luxury, like I feel like Apple is really starting to take advantage of their consumers because like a lot of them will pay almost anything for Apple products.
Oh,
And now it's like, how far can we go? And I think that's just disgusting.
Yeah, and they have this whole
Yeah.
like Apple ecosystem. So like if you have one or two products, you got to get like a third because they all just
Yep.
work
Yeah.
together. Like you got to get a watch. Also, speaking on the design, I mean that'd be pretty cool if you could just shred papers or documents with it.
Yeah.
Crumple into a ball.
That would be
and just,
pretty
like,
cool.
break it. All right.
I feel like bringing a block of cheese to the grating it to see if it actually works.
Aren't you all like from Wisconsin or something?
No, we were just talking about that job from Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'm not going there anytime soon.
All right.
Let's move on to the Google. Is it Stadia or Stadia?
I think, is it Stadia?
Stadia. I'm gonna say Stadia,
Okay.
like caramel versus caramel. And
Caramel is the correct answer.
It's caramel.
thank you. All right, we're all in agreement. So the
Stadia.
Google Stadia. I'm gonna ride the fan train. By fan train, I mean it's a cool concept, but when you put it to use, it uses 1 terabyte of internet space in 65
Jeez.
hours.
Oh my
And
god.
here in America, that won't flow well because internet companies like to cap our internet like that.
Yeah.
It's cool in concept, but like design wise, you need some fat stacks just to operate that thing.
Yeah, it's not that viable in terms of internet. We don't have the ecosystem to support that. But in terms of like when you think of a console like the Switch, like that could be the future. Like you could just stream a game from it.
Oh
Could
yeah.
someone give me the rundown again on the Google Stadia? Like I've seen it, and I think if you just like gave me like a few words, I'd remember everything about it.
like
You can stream games from the cloud.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So
So
like
that's
your
like-
your specs on your PC wouldn't matter that much if it was working
Right.
how it's supposed to.
Yeah, I don't think we're at a point yet where streaming games is viable. Like the Switch is trying to do it as well, like with a few games in Japan. I know Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out in Japan, and it's like you're supposed to be streaming it through the cloud, and apparently it's garbage.
Laggy or
Yeah, laggy and just,
oh.
like I think frame
Oh,
drops and all that stuff.
That's terrible.
Like in concept, it's really cool, but it's like it's not viable whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's nice to be working towards that because just imagine a handheld console like the Switch and you could just stream like The
Yeah.
Witcher or something. which also
Yeah.
got announced at E3, The Witcher at 540p on the Switch.
Handheld. Hey man, it's handheld.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't look like a piece of potato.
But it's like, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that it's the fucking Witcher running on the Switch. Like, who gives a shit? Like, if it looks
It's
a little
pretty
bit
incredible.
like garbage, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually just started playing that this summer, and I got really into it. I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it at first, at like the beginning before you have all the potions and stuff. I was like, what in the hell is going on? But then oh my god, man, I got way into it.
The game was
So good.
Have you played the DLC for it?
I haven't gotten to the DLC yet because I'm pretty sure it's like higher level. I'm only like level like 14 or something, but
Wow.
Oh, there's levels in Witcher. I didn't know that. I haven't played it. I've been really wanting to.
DLC
it's great.
are amazing.
It's really great.
I've heard
I
good
love it.
things of the DLC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can run into monsters and they'll have like a skull above their head, and that means you should not be messing with them right now.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely done that a few times.
I
Definitely paid the price.
actually went to Skellige like way under leveled. I was only like level 12, and when you first get there, there's like a level 19, and I actually managed to kill it. But other than that, I just run from all the over leveled stuff.
Wow, what a try hard.
Yeah, I had to get that loot.
Speaking of The Witcher, that was announced at E3. E3 happened. What's your
Yes.
guys' takeaway from it? Like, what's your favorite thing? What's your least favorite thing?
I personally only watched the Microsoft conference, and it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. It was way better than the last few ones they've had, and they brought
Yeah.
out Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, the crowd was heckling him. It was so funny. They're like, "You're beautiful."
Cyberpunk's like my favorite.
That game looks
Like,
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my
The fact
god.
that he's in the game just makes it
Yeah.
even better.
That's so cool.
That was a big surprise for me.
So what I heard was that he's like the lead singer of a band or something in that game, a band called
Oh,
like
dang.
Samurai. Yeah, I think that's like his story of his character in that game. Pretty sure.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm an unabashed Nintendo fanboy, so I only really follow them. I've been following Bethesda the last 2 years since they're finally bringing stuff to the Switch, and holy fuck was the
Yeah, what'd
the
you think of
conference.
that?
Oh my god!
The
Like,
crowd?
well, the
That
crowd
was-
was a disaster.
They were paid. They were paid.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And the memes that have come out of that is just so fucking good. Like, there's this one meme that I saw. Like, it's like this singing cowboy or whatever. It's like the tweet is like no one and like everyone in the crowd, and it's like that fucking singing cowboy clip. It's so good.
So did you guys watch the Nintendo conference? Because I actually didn't catch
Oh,
it.
hell yeah.
I did. I
Alright.
watched every conference except for the Microsoft one because I
Okay,
forgot
okay.
E3 was last weekend. But the games like Bethesda, Ghostwire, and that one game they announced. What's it
Wolfenstein?
called? Not Wolfenstein. The Loop. What's it called? Endless Loop or something.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Those two games, those look really good to me. That was the only thing I really liked from Bethesda's conference. Fallout 76 having a battle royale, just
I
trying to
always
milk
thought that
that
Fallout
series.
76 was a battle royale at its core.
That would have been a better idea, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that they didn't even have NPCs and had to announce that they're adding that at E3 is kind of
It's
funny.
really sad.
I hate to like rain on the parade, but Bethesda's kind of in trouble right now. Like,
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Todd.
their entire existence is questionable right now.
yeah.
What bummed me out with Bethesda is like we pretty much knew everything that was going to be talked about prior to the event. Like Nintendo a little bit, but they always have surprises.
Yeah.
But like whenever it was Bethesda, it's like, okay, yeah, they're gonna talk about Fallout. Now they're gonna talk about Doom, and now they're gonna talk about this. And it's like, who gives a shit? Just watch it later without
Exactly.
screaming people.
But yeah, before we get into the Nintendo conference, like some Japan-related news at Microsoft, they actually managed to get a deal with Sega, and Fantasy Star Online 2 is coming to the Xbox,
yeah.
which was like it blew everyone away. They're like, "What
Nice.
in the hell?"
They're coming on the Switch also.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. So you guys want to talk about the Nintendo conference?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was obviously hyped for that. It's one of my dreams to work for Nintendo of America. If I work in Nintendo in Japan, that'd be kind of cool too. You know, someone hook me up out here. Listen, I have
Freshen
connections.
up your Japanese.
And I was pretty much, aside from the games that were already announced last year or months prior, I was excited about everything that was announced. But mainly Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that game looks cool. But I went on Twitter and some fans were like super butthurt that it had a crafting aspect and they didn't like it. I'm like, what do you mean?
Well, it looks
I haven't even played it
good
yet.
addition.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're adding so much to the game. Like you start with nothing. That's kind of cool.
Keep the game fresh.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant just because like it just seems very bare bones. And I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the concept that it like starts off bare bones and then eventually gets very lively. But like I don't know, the fact that it was delayed and like and they only showed a small segment during the treehouse. I don't know.
Oh God, what if it gets delayed again?
Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed again. But Nintendo has never given a date, like a solid date, and then delayed it. It's always been like a season or a month, and then they've delayed it. But whenever they've given a date, it's never fallen through.
So,
but I'm still probably gonna buy
it. Speaking of delays, I know people were butthurt over Pokemon Sword and Shield. It wasn't what they said at E3, but it was some other thing, and they said they weren't gonna have all the Pokemon. But you know, like what if they just added them in like as like an update? I mean, they could always do that.
I think it's gonna go in that direction with the outrage that's going on the internet.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not a good look. But I feel like they know that they can sell 15 mil like easily.
Oh yeah.
Not even try.
Yeah.
I'm still hyped. Like it looks awesome.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I don't want to be the one.
Play Pokemon.
I play Pokemon. Oh, the other John. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jonathan.
I'm so used to just people like resorting to calling me John. Like they just immediately like I'll introduce myself as Jonathan, and they just immediately give up and they go straight to John. I'm like, why?
Why? That's my full name. Say it.
I actually hate when people call me Jonathan.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We have two sides of the coin again.
So diverse.
All right, let's mosey on down to the next topic. John can attest to this. Up until I turned 18, I never curse. Like,
oh yeah.
Middle school, high school, elementary, I'd always use like replacement words like poop, crap,
fudge,
frick, freak.
And then you became a man.
So on my 18th birthday, this was when I was in the dorms at college.
Oh God.
So I went ahead and went in my walk-in closet. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I said every known word to man in that closet. I was like, fuck, shit, bitch, shit.
Wow, this feels great.
And yeah, no. And then ever since, I'm like, wow.
Came out of the closet.
Yeah, I was just about to say he came out the closet as a man.
Yeah, honestly. It kind of grew on me, and it's like, wow, I kind of have a potty mouth, but that's okay.
Yeah.
When did you guys start cursing? Yeah.
Oh my God, like elementary school. Yeah, I remember the look on this kid's face when it was like 3rd grade, and I said, "Fuck you." He looked like someone had like shot a gun. At that point, I knew that I had unlimited power, and I never stopped from there.
It's so much fun to swear. Like
I know.
People gotta be able to harness that power, though. Some people can't. Some people don't know when not to.
Some people are legally not allowed to swear.
Like me, until I was 18.
Yeah, did you feel empowered by that, Kevin?
Yeah, and every time after, like all my friends, they were like, so I was already in college for like a month. So after September blew by, people were like, "Damn, Kev, you curse so much now." I'm like, right.
Yeah, I feel like it's a part of your humor now.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's great.
Some jokes aren't as funny without curse words.
Yeah.
As Patrick Starr once said, they're sentence enhancers.
That is quite true.
Sentence enhancers.
It's like hot sauce.
Yes.
And if you put too much, you might get butt hurt.
Yeah. Exactly.
Accurate.
Ouch, dude. Perfect for Father's Day. We got a dad joke already in here.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
John, when did you start cursing? Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Today.
I probably started cursing 16 or 17.
Oh wow.
But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in front of my parents. Ever since I joined the military, though, that's
there's a cursing
changed,
culture,
man.
isn't there?
Yes. Now I'm like, I curse every other word sometimes. I try to catch myself.
We got some late bloomers in here.
Oh yeah.
How did you know? Like, how have you been able to tell that you started cursing at a certain age? Like, because I probably started cursing when I was like 12, and I mean that's only because I know I started to learn those words then, and it wasn't like a question of I didn't use them yet.
I knew what they meant. I just chose not to because I didn't want my parents to get mad at me or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
okay.
I really started to notice myself cursing, starting to get mad at video games.
Yes.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Online multiplayer.
Xbox Live will teach you how to curse like a sailor.
Oh yeah. That's when I started to realize I'm like, wow.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, and there's no boundaries.
Yeah, I started really early. Like my mom was gone one time, and my dad and my uncle were babysitting me, and like they put me in a timeout once, and then like the second time I was like, not another fucking timeout. And they always tell that story, and I guess I just picked stuff up early as a kid. Like I don't know, I was a little demon.
Nice.
My sister would always like curse at me at a very young age. So when I was like, I don't know, 5th grade, we were outside and my dad was working on the garden. And I'm like, ate, which means sister in Tagalog. She's like, ate. Curse so much. She turns to me, she's like, what, Kevin? Fuck, shit, bitch, ass. And my dad's like, hey, water the grass. So I'm like, oh, right,
was she your older sister?
Yeah.
Did she ever beat you up?
Older than me. She would bully me, and then I'd beat her up.
We're getting pretty deep.
Yeah, no, we're fine now. We've always been close, though.
Nice.
I'll bring her on this podcast.
Because girls, they grow up a lot quicker. I had a cousin that was so much bigger than me that she could just sit on me, and I would pretty much not be able to breathe at all. And I'd be like screaming for air.
You're killing me! You're killing me!
Yeah, she definitely could have.
All right.
That's funny.
Speaking of funny, terrible transition here. My Twitter feed. Now,
I didn't know you had a Twitter feed.
I do have
He's
a Twitter
plugging.
feed.
He's plugging his.
I'm plugging right now.
Yeah.
Follow us on Salty Sanctions or my personal Twitter, which you can find in my follow list because I don't want to say it. A little preface.
I mean, you could just drop it in the, the.
Oh yeah.
Drop it in the link.
Discord
if you
chat.
watch episode 1, you can see my @ on the YouTube screen. But
or you could just like do a little Control-C, a little Control-V.
Control-C, Control-V.
You know your way around some computers.
I know how to push those buttons.
He's a hacker.
Little sly fingers here, huh? But my Twitter feed. This is about like my 3rd time saying it. Like a little preface. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so
sorry.
I use Twitter. No, you good, bro.
He's gonna say it again.
My Twitter feed.
A little preface.
A little preface. I lost.
Run the money.
I'm so sorry, Kevin.
I honestly. Okay, so my Twitter feed. It's just I have a small following. I use it to see what my friends are up to, what the latest meme is, what the news is, what are companies tweeting for marketing material. And I'm all for retweeting and liking whatever you want, whether it's memes, videos, or cute girls. John. Yes. I'm a little worried here. Now, I'm not saying you to stop. But John here, he likes to do a little bit a close thing to white knighting here on every day or every other day. I see him liking or retweeting pictures of cute girls. That's fine, but he
Ooh.
also comments on them, trying to slide DMs. For example, a girl would say, "Man, men ain't nothing. They ain't shit. He cheated on me." Or it's like, "Man, I'm feeling good today," and she posts like this selfie. And John would slide in the comments saying, "Man, I wouldn't cheat on you. Damn." Say, "Damn, queen, go off." John,
Hey,
does
man.
it work? What are you
Dude,
trying
leave
to
him
do?
alone. He's serving our
Hey,
nation.
hey,
It hurts, bro. What are you trying? It hurts.
Hey,
Does it work?
it works.
It works.
It
Can you
works.
like
I
tell
mean,
me?
hey,
Tell me some
that's all you
stories.
gotta
Like,
hear.
do they slide back? What?
Hey, they slide back.
They
I got
slide back.
this one girl. She messaged me. She's like, "iMessage games."
Oh,
This happened
damn.
this is like 2 days ago, and I'm like, okay. So I gave her my number and stuff, and then we started playing, and we started playing 8-ball pool, and I told her I was gonna win, and I did. So now,
You're going
you
on a
know,
date with her.
I don't know about that, but like, hey,
He's got a Skype date.
I got a,
No.
hey, that too. I got her playing another one
Mhm.
of the archery game. So I'm just continuing to beat her until we just start talking, you know.
All right.
So
So
you're
you're telling me.
Cupid
gotta play
trying
long
to
game.
you're trying to shoot an arrow at her heart and then get your 8-ball in there. I see.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you get her MSN?
A what?
Oh my gosh.
This
Oh, no.
26-year-old talking about. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, are you guys too young to know what MSN
No,
is?
we know.
We're
know.
Zoomers, right? Or we're millennials. We're on that cusp of either.
What even are we? Are we
I
Generation
think you're
Z?
after millennials, or yeah.
It cuts off at
So
96 or 97, so
it's
it's like up to the article.
96
But
is when the cutoff is, I think.
you're telling me that I should go after e-girls now.
Oh,
To play
Kevin,
some
I thought
iMessage
you already
games.
did that.
Oh no, unfortunately not.
Are you saying you ain't got no girl squids in your Splatoon server?
No, sir. The Splatoon community is very young, so do not.
Oh God.
Try to. Actually,
Oh, God.
there is a clan that I knew. I didn't know, but I had two friends who were in it, and they left the clan because the leader was like a pedophile, and he like
Oh
messaged
my
all the
God.
girls like
that's scary.
requests and pictures. I'm like, oh gosh.
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
the community is pretty dang bad.
There's a
But
Splatoon clan. They do
yeah,
that.
there's a lot.
That
It
series.
has a competitive scene.
Oh
It's
crap.
yeah, it's crazy. It's also not too competitive. Don't at me. Also, don't at me.
Kevin, not too competitive 2019.
Do you just
So-
like wipe the floor with people? Like, is it easy or something?
No, it's just a very casual game in the way they balance.
Yeah, it seems like a cool one, like a cool
Yeah.
game.
Splatoon's awesome. Just it needs a little help.
Yeah, it needs a little oomph.
Yeah.
A little competitive balance.
Competitive balance. That's my Twitter feed. I was just curious about John.
I know.
Apparently it works on-
As soon as you said that, I knew where it was going.
Bro, we talk about it sometimes. Like, I have people saying like, "Oh, there goes John again." I was like, "Oh, John, what are you doing, bro? You ain't got no shame. I ain't bagging on it. You do
Just
you."
curious.
Yeah, you gotta
Just
live
curious.
life.
He's right. We're young.
You miss 100% of the
Millennials.
shots you don't take.
That's very true. Wayne Gretzky.
Yes.
So
Michael
we're gonna move
Scott.
on to the we're gonna move on to this segment. What's up week? So tell us what the heck is up with the last week you guys been in.
Well, speaking of Switch games, since we were talking about Splatoon, they had like a massive E3 sale, and I just picked up Hollow Knight for $750. It's supposed to be like a really good game, and I got Shantae too, the
Nice.
Shantae Pirate's Curse, I think, and also just got that job, and pretty much just been chilling, having a good Father's Day so far, and having a good time. What about you guys?
I had a decent week at work. Pretty exhausting. I should share some photos. But it's I don't know. I've been unemployed for a really long time, and it's just really refreshing to be productive and doing something that's just really awesome and makes people happy, you know, like stuffing their faces with sweets. It's great.
Yeah, when do you start?
I started I think like the last week of May, like the 27th or the 28th, something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's it called? The bakery?
Yeah,
it's called.
yourself.
No, that's fine. I don't care. It's called Westrose, and it's in Montreal, Canada.
Oh.
So
Westeros, like Game of Thrones?
Like west as in like I'm going west, man, and then rose like the flower.
All right.
Almost Westeros. But yeah, it's just a really nice place to work. Pastry kitchens have the tendency to be really toxic.
Really?
Yeah, since pastry is obviously like very French, and French
and
people
we hate the French, so
yes, everyone hates the French. Even the French hate the French.
Disclaimer: this is a joke. Do not come after us.
Yeah, go after Kevin if you go after me.
So like pastry kitchens have the tendency to be very toxic since like French people are very arrogant, they're very full of themselves, they think their way is the only way to do things, and they tend to not listen to their employees and they treat them like shit.
So it's really traditional style then?
The pastries, I would say like a mix between traditional and modern, but like here at this place, it's just like it's really refreshing since everyone is just really cool and down to earth. And like, you know, I take jabs at my boss and he's cool with it, and he takes jabs at me. And like I just started and we're already, you know, picking fun at each other, and that's just how
that's awesome.
That's the best.
That's how it should be.
I had a really tough time trying to find a job, and I was thinking I was gonna have to do something like, I don't know, like Panda or like Subway or something below me, but I got really lucky, and I feel like my boss is the same type of way. So I'm really excited to start. I start training on Tuesday. And,
awesome.
Yeah, and I think Kevin mentioned that he has an interview coming up too.
Sweet.
I do. I have an interview coming tomorrow because I just got the email about an hour before this podcast, and it's for an event coordinator position. But the thing is, I'm kind of iffy on it because it's for this company that I wasn't planning on applying to, but I think they rebranded. But it doesn't hurt to go in for the interview. But when I read the reviews on Glassdoor, people were saying it's a lot of work and there's a lot of cons, but like you gotta work to get money, but also this isn't what I want to do. So we'll see what.
If you can manage an event though, like what can't you do? I feel like that's so much work. You gotta get so many things working together.
That sounds fun though.
Yeah, I mean, I have at my last internship, I did social media for McDonald's, and I've done a little like market research and a little account services here and there. So if it's in the same vein, obviously plus a little more, I'll look into it, consider it.
Oh,
nice.
But since I'm talking, I guess I'll discuss my week. NBA 2K19 is on sale for like all the game stores right now. It's $2.99. So I went ahead and picked it up for my Switch. Yep.
It's $2.99.
Yep, $2.99.
I bought it for full price.
Oh my god.
John got robbed. So I went ahead and bought that. I know nothing about the NBA. If the Seattle SuperSonics were still here, I'd probably be a big fan. I know OKC's a thing, but I played that. Went to Buffalo Wild Wings because celebrating my buddy Matt's birthday, like belated birthday.
How old is he now?
He's 22. We try to get him turned up. He had 2 shots of Patron and 1 beer, and it was lights out for him.
Oh my god!
He was actually out.
No, he had a hurt stomach, and then he got really sleepy afterwards. But there was this deal. I'm not a huge fan of B-dubs, but every time I go, I always go during nights of like promos for boneless wings, and they're just chicken nuggets. They're not anything special.
Yeah, I'm more of a BBW fan.
Yeah, okay.
I prefer Wingstop.
Yeah, Wingstop's
to be
better.
honest.
And I also went fishing, caught a nice rockfish, or my friend did. He also caught 5 crabs. You're not supposed to keep the crabs because they're very tiny. It's not crabbing season either, but he kept 2 to spite me. And we brought him back, and my dad's like, those are too small to eat and they're illegal to catch. He's like, oh, come on, man. So he stuck to his guns, and we boiled that thing. There was like
Oh my
zero
God.
meat in there. He sucked on the claw, and all he sucked on was like salt. It's too salty. I'm like, bro,
Salt.
you can't
The
do
salt.
that stuff. It's just salt. And I guess today for Father's Day, we waited like an hour and a half for our food at a local diner because it was really busy.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Dang.
And went to the
Nice.
mall and tried on a bunch of colognes. So now I smell like 3 different colognes. And that's
Oh
my
damn.
week.
That's why you get the Uber Eats to deliver food on Father's Day.
But the diner is like a 2 minute, like a minute drive from my house. So
Yeah,
What's
but
a
you
diner?
avoid.
I think I know what it is.
it's Sherry's.
Oh yeah, Sherry's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go-to place in Washington, Oregon, or
We're
Yeah. Such a good spot.
sponsored by Sherry's.
sponsored by Sherry's, by the way. John,
Sweet.
what was your
Use
Okay.
promo
So
code Blender on your next order.
to get 10% off
Yeah.
any pie.
Any pie? Would you look at that? Moving up in the world.
Exactly. My turn. Is it my turn for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have 30 seconds.
Wow. All right. What happened last week? I don't think anything really happened last week besides my leadership saying I didn't know how to read.
Wait, what does that
Um,
mean?
Okay, so like, we have this thing called duty, and when we're on duty, we have to stay after everybody else leaves and make sure everything gets closed up and whatnot. So I have to get there early, and I was reading a couple of naval history facts on that day, and so I finished up reading. He goes up and starts talking, passing some news. He's like, it'll benefit you guys if you know you have duty to probably memorize some of these facts and then uh so we can understand what you guys are saying and stuff. I was like, ouch. Um that hurts. And then I got called out. I see patients, like I'm in the medical field for the Navy. Apparently I also had like 5 open encounters, which is like 5 patient, like, what do you call it? 5 patient notes that I guess did not finish. So like the lieutenant called me out on that too. So it just that day just started out really bad.
Oh,
Bad
no.
for me.
Dang.
But other than that, like, nothing really happened. The week before that though, like uh we had 2 Marines fall out of a hike and become heat casualties, which means their temperatures at like 100 plus degrees. So
Whoa.
That's
yeah.
not good.
Went ahead and like cooled them off, like threw cold water on them and shit. Did IVs on them and stuff. But other than that, like, nothing eventful. Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
uh,
bro.
I did remember this. Power went off at work. Then we're like, let's get pizza to celebrate because we might get off early. We ordered from this place called Pizza Port. It sells pizza and beers. Obviously, we can't drink during the day, so we got pizzas. Got 5 boxes of pizzas. There's like 10 of us in the office, in like the department I work in. I had 8 slices of
Damn, John.
pizza.
What
I
the
know.
hell? How do you eat that much?
I don't know.
It's a
I
whole
was
pizza,
starving.
bro.
Was it thin crust at least? Is that how you managed to
Uh,
dance so
Is it
much?
thick
no, it was
crust?
not. It was the regular stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
he likes some
Respect.
Thanks. That's like the most pizza I've ever had too. In like one sitting. In one sitting. But yeah. Other than that, that's about it.
I hope you worked that all off.
Yeah, I did.
We're very proud of you. That's actually pretty impressive.
To be fair, Grayson was there when I ordered like 2 pizzas and 15 cine mini rolls from Pizza Hut, and I texted him that night. I'm like, bro, I ate one whole pizza and ate all the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
He's
didn't
"Damn."
you send me a picture of that cinnamon thing? It was like
Yeah.
tossed around in the box. It was like
Yeah.
smeared everywhere.
It looked
How-
terrible. I
How
felt
big was
terrible.
the pizza?
I think there were 2 medium sizes, but even
From
then, it's like,
Domino's or?
Dude,
Pizza Hut.
this guy was a fiend. He would like spend like an hour and a half finding coupons and like figuring out which one was the best one.
yeah, yeah. It all go
That's
away
funny.
the next morning though,
And be starving.
Yeah. Yep. I'd use it for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like the next pizza. And then I'd play racquetball, and I'd have 0 energy because I'm just greased up.
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
But, thank you for sharing your stories. That's everyone, right?
Yeah.
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 So,
All right. So, next topic. We're gonna go a little deeper in this podcast.
Ooh.
I like it deeper.
Deep talk. Girls, man.
girl.
How do you date
Girls?
girls? What's your game like? Like, what's your plan of attack?
I go right for the throat.
You heard it here first.
Oh God.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, I just I don't partake. I'm not looking for girls. They whenever I go outside, they always try to swarm me, and it's just annoying. Like it's like mosquitoes, you know.
No, but real talk, like Grayson and I were walking to the building for this meeting, and we had this girl kept giving us looks. As we were walking, I was like, Grayson, look, he keeps looking at us. And as we get up to her, she's like talking on the phone, and then looks at us for like a good long while, and she's like, oh yeah, she was looking at us. Like, yeah.
She wants you guys.
Yeah, we're a pretty impeccable team. Whenever
Mhm.
Kevin and I are together.
Yep.
Damn.
It's flexing on my
Dynamic
suit.
duo.
Yep. Well, obviously, we know John's like method. Just hit up you girls.
He's got so many bitches. It's not even funny.
I have this one method though. You
Alright.
give them a fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yes, not about yourself, like a trivia
alright.
fact. Like
Tell
I
us
looked
a
it up.
fact.
I looked up on the internet. Like
I
cool,
looked it up on the
cool
internet.
facts.
Cool.
They're like
23 cool facts to tell a girl.
Number
like-
10 will surprise you.
exactly. I found this one. So the creator of the frisbee. I was like, okay, this is how I did it. Did you know the creator of the frisbee that when he died, he got cremated and got turned into a frisbee.
Oh, I heard about
What
that
the
actually.
fuck?
It sounds like you could accomplish the same thing by buying them a snack and
Yes.
then just telling them to look at the cap.
Yeah.
It works. They're like, oh wow, that's so. I never knew about that.
I'm sure it does.
And-
John sounds like a stud. I
Oh,
don't know what he
he
looks
does.
like, but he definitely sounds like a stud.
He looks like me, but not me.
I can grow facial hair, but the Navy says I can't, so I have to shave it.
Ah.
People would bully John about his beard in high school, calling him Jihad John.
Oh my god.
It was the worst.
I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to girls. I just talk to them.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
no.
that works, dude. I don't know. No, I'm
I
just kidding.
Well,
You're not wrong, but also
it kind
you're
of works.
wrong. Like, I have no confidence when it comes to women. I just talk to them and hope for the best.
Well, hey,
And
that's
sometimes it
all you can do.
That's kind of how I do it. Just wing it.
I mean,
Just
if
wing
you
it, yeah,
treat
no.
them like a person, it's almost like they like it. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
wild.
Yeah.
You hear that, ladies? We boys are simple boys. We don't.
Yeah, and
think
if
too
a girl
much.
ever makes the first move on me, my God,
Oh, dude, I'll be so
it's
happy.
over.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback of John's interesting fact. This is pretty funny every time I look back at it, and I always joke about it. There's this girl I went on a couple dates with. If you're listening, by the way, it was good.
She's a
And
subscriber.
she likes to read a lot of books. And she's like, "Oh, do you read anything, Kev?" Not really. I read a lot of articles and stuff, like sports articles or news. But what I do like to read is sometimes I'll go on wiki pages and read about the Power Rangers lore. And she's like, "Wow, that's kind of weird."
Dude, girls are so evil, so heartless.
Damn.
Why don't you want to learn?
Why
about
can't
the
she learn
lore?
about the Pink Ranger?
Yeah.
She could get
That's kinda
interested too.
cool.
Wait,
No,
was it
but
that was it that girl in college, Kevin?
yeah,
Dude,
but no,
she's
it didn't. It
pretty
didn't
cute.
scare her away yet. Like,
She's still talking to you, right?
no.
Oh.
You know she's the one when she's invested in that Power Rangers lore.
Oh, if I meet a girl who's invested into Power Rangers lore, it's over for the both of us.
Is she in Seattle, Kevin?
Yeah, roughly.
Dude, talk to her.
Dude, go on a date with her.
He brought her to these like we had like this thing on campus. It was held by the Japanese Student Association. It was like a information about Japan, and he brought her and acted like he didn't know us.
Yeah, yeah, no. Why don't you hang out with your friends? And I was like, "No, we're fine."
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're cool though.
Press F
We're
in
on
the
cool
chat.
terms.
Are you gonna invite her to the podcast?
Yeah, dude,
Honestly,
get her
if
on.
she's down, like, if you're listening, if you're,
I would like to meet this girl.
I'll message her.
what
I'll
she
text her. Hey,
says.
I'll be like, "You want to be on my podcast?"
She's like,
That's
you're weird.
that's the new mixtape. Is do you want to be on my podcast?
You
It's
wanna
not.
be
Here's my
on
mixtape.
But one of my friends, he recently downloaded Tinder when we went fishing, and
Wait, was it the guy that caught the crabs?
yeah, same
You
guy.
don't want to tell girls you caught crabs. So just
I
don't.
told him to put that as his profile picture.
I caught crabs.
I caught crabs, and
Two pictures. A picture of him holding 2 crabs.
I was thinking about downloading
Two
Tinder.
emaciated crabs.
And I was like, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. Never did. But there's this one girl he wanted to swipe on, but he ran out of swipes. She said, "Add me on Snapchat, and I'll beat you in Smash." And I was like, "Girl, don't even. I'll bring down the thunder. Challenge me in Smash. It's like, I'm not even playing. Like, you want a relationship? No, I will destroy you in Smash.
No, I'll destroy you.
I ain't playing games out here."
Was she cute?
I don't remember. I think she was. But before we move on to the next topic, unless do you guys have anything else to say about?
I just
Women terrify me. That's it.
Yeah, they're scary.
I think that Tinder is just really toxic because
it's terrible.
because it's like all these super high standards for people that most people will never fucking meet, and I think it's just awful that you'll see someone who's perfect for you, like that meets all your criteria. Let's say she's not like this babe or whatever, and this applies for both men and women.
Yeah.
And you can't contact them because they need to find your profile and also swipe whatever it is. I never can figure out which is the
Swipe right.
Swipe right is the good one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to hope that they're going to also swipe right on you. That's insane to me. Like,
yeah, it's all about ego. It's not about meeting people anymore.
Yeah.
it's ego,
Especially
and
in
it's
California.
Oh,
and
I
it's
can
fucking
imagine, dude.
RNG
There's
as
how
well.
do you expect to like hit the jackpot in California? Like,
Yeah.
you got like 5,000 girls to match with, like,
And they have high like bars and like in their men, and they're like so self-centered. Just,
oh yeah.
I've messaged a few and they're just like, they are not interesting to talk to. They're like more for show than
Yeah, they just want to see that
Right.
they get matches, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's best to just do stuff in person, honestly.
So I don't take Tinder that seriously. I just kind of swipe and read people's profiles and see.
That's the best strategy. Is just like swipe on the toilet and not take it too seriously.
Exactly.
I find that all the profiles also kind of feel the same, especially here in like Montreal anyways. Like all the girls that I've seen, it's like we'll get along if you like sushi, wine, and Game of Thrones. It's like,
oh my god.
I love that basis for a relationship. Like,
Notice how 2 of those things involve lots of money.
I know. After
You
day
need a game.
one,
You need an HBO
Ghost.
subscription, or you can just.
Yeah.
All three of those things take a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. You're
For
right.
real.
But all right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. But before we do that, I'm gonna pop these images up on the screen. But for you listeners, I'm sorry, but let's go ahead and look at Jonathan's
Oh my
pieces of work
God.
he's done. They're magnificent. He's
I
got
like chocolate.
what was the chocolate? What is
So
that? Could you
let's.
describe it to us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry I don't have cross sections because obviously I make them and they go in the store and I can't cut into them. So the first one, the cube. I'm not going to tell you what they're because there's some that have like names and they're like have nothing to do with what they are. So it's a milk chocolate mousse that's on the inside. It has a chocolate shell that's like covering it, so it's holding it all together. And then inside there is like a meringue and then hazelnut paste, which is like, like imagine just hazelnut peanut butter instead. And it's fucking delicious.
So good.
The second one is a strawberry tart. And it is so at the base of the crust, there is like this almond cake type thing inside that's baked. And then it has a strawberry whipped cream that's piped on top of it and then topped with strawberries. And then the third one is a lemon mousse with a lemon like jelly center type thing. And then there's like a piece of sponge cake at the bottom that kind of just holds it all together. And the third one and the first one, there's gelatin in it. So that's why they're able to hold that shape. Otherwise they would just collapse. And yeah, baking is a magical science and I love it.
So you're pretty
Those look
fancy,
so
huh?
good.
Yeah, I mean,
Fancy, huh?
the first so see with pastry there's a lot of illusion, and so like the tart for example, that you have to get pretty fancy and you have to get it right. So you don't want to burn the crust, you want to cut your strawberries pretty well, you don't want to put too much cream on top of it. But the first and second one, it's all molded. So the first one is just a mold that's in the shape of a cube, and the third one is just a mold in the shape of this spiral. And people are fucking amazed. And all you did was just put like cream in a mold and you popped it out once it's frozen and you cover it with like, the yellow glaze over it. And people are blown away. But like you did fucking nothing. The mold did everything for you.
Dude, how can you sell pastries that molded to your customers? That's just messed up.
I know, it's fucked up, man.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
It'd be like that.
In all honesty, those are beautiful though.
Thank you.
I have a hometown friend here. He's also a pastry chef.
Nice.
So maybe once I bring you back on the show, I'll have you two on. I think
That would be amazing. That would be a good idea.
All right. I couldn't get this segment out for the last due to constraints, but since we got plenty of time, this is a segment called What's Vibin'. So, what's your music recommendations? Like, what songs have you been like jamming out to recently?
Ooh.
I'll go first, so I'll give you guys a little time to think. But this is a Japanese metal song, and it's called Three, and it's using three as in three Roman numerals, so it's just like three eyes, and it's by A Crowd of Rebellion. If you like metal and if you like Japanese songs, I highly recommend it. My friend Alex, he was in the first podcast, recommended it to me. And
Drop that link.
it goes in hard. I will drop those links in the description below.
I didn't know Japanese people.
Is it on Spotify?
Yes, it's on Spotify.
Drop that Spotify link.
Oh, I will drop it after this podcast for you guys.
Oh, I think I found it.
All right. Who would like to go next? Any recommendations for the listeners out here?
Yes.
You can go.
So I don't know if you guys have watched the people in the podcast, or even the people at home. Listen, if you've watched Game of Thrones and you are really sad about it, one of the best things that I've discovered out of Game of Thrones is the actor who plays Grey Worm, the leader of the Unsullied. He's actually a really talented musician, and he sings really well. He has this amazing song called "Time in a Tree," and it's not quite hip hop, it's not quite rap. It's kind of like a mix in between. It's a little bit more mellow, and I fucking love it. And I've been listening to that stuff nonstop the past couple weeks. In terms of like indie music for those white people out there that they need their white music. I've been listening to Vampire Weekend's latest Father of the Bride, and it's been really, really good.
Nice. In terms of music, I've just been kind of like adding stuff to my Spotify playlists and trying to flesh them out. I mean, throughout I got probably like 60,000 more songs to add to Spotify, so it's a really long process. But I've been working really hard on my hip hop and rap playlist for all that real trap shit. And yeah, if I had to recommend something though, because that kind of stuff all just blends together. But if I was gonna recommend something, there's this artist from the '80s. Her name's Baja, and my dad actually showed me her after one of my first few times getting drunk in high school. I had a really bad hangover, and we went off to like a mall and got some heroes and fries. And I just remember him showing me Baja, and she has the voice of an angel and really jazzy background.
Nice.
I would recommend "Time and Tide" by Baja. It's a very great album.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Drop that Spotify link.
I got you. I'll do it right now.
Hell yes.
John.
So I've been.
John doesn't actually listen to music.
No, I do.
Okay.
I don't have a particular artist. I've been more listening to a genre. I've been listening to lo-fi.
Nice.
Like not recently, but for a while now. Just like in the mornings to get the vibe right, because I hate work sometimes. So
yeah, how early do you have to get up, bro?
5:30, 6.
Oh my god.
Same.
Yeah, it takes a toll on you after a while. But
I'm sure.
been listening
What
to
time do you go to bed?
Oh, I go around like 10.
Okay.
To get like
Damn,
at
you
least
old
8
man.
hours. I know. I used to go to bed at like 8 because it was so bad. I was so
Damn.
tired. I know, but I fixed my sleep schedule now.
Nice.
Yeah, lo-fi. But since like summer's been coming up, I've been listening to a lot of summer vibe playlists on YouTube and stuff. While I'm in the shower. But I don't have a particular artist. I just kind of listen. I kind of just flip on Spotify or YouTube and just like listen to whatever's playing or whatever I'm in the mood for.
Yeah, did you guys know that Spotify has a 10,000 song limit that you can save?
What?
And
What?
Oh, really?
so I reached that really quickly, and now what I have to do is I have to like make playlists for different genres and then like go to the 10,000 for that. But
So each playlist is 10,000?
you can get up to 10,000 in each playlist.
I never knew that.
So yeah, I found out pretty quickly. I was like, damn, that is really whack. How are you supposed to only listen to 10,000 songs in your lifetime? Because it's supposed to be a lifetime service, right? Like,
yeah.
You know what the message is? It's like, dang, epic collection, friend, but go fuck yourself. That's pretty much what it says.
John, you mentioned you listen to all types of music, but I noticed on Twitter you retweet a lot of stuff from Rez. Is that dubstep music?
That is.
DJ?
I can't really explain.
Is she a DJ and she just
she's a DJ. I can't really explain her genre because she has her own sound.
Oh. Okay. You one of those boy? You fanboys?
You say like a mix of genres or something?
Yeah, I'd say so. You can't like categorize her as this because she sounds also like this and then that and then all this other stuff. But yeah, it's pretty unique. It sounds pretty dark, but like it, I don't know. I like.
I'm gonna need a link, sir. That I'm thoroughly intrigued.
I got you.
Just sounds super avant-garde.
I'll bring her on the podcast next episode.
Sick.
Sorry, Justin, you're not coming on this podcast. He's gonna be listening to this. He's gonna be like, Kevin, what the fuck? Wow. We've been planning this. So that's it for music recommendations. So next topic, Toronto Raptors.
Oh yes.
Did you guys watch that series?
I did not.
I'm sure Jonathan did.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I mean, like I used to be into American football, mostly like college football through my ex, and I was really, really into it. And like we broke up, and I just kind of lost interest. And I would follow like other sports just through social media, and I thought that was really exciting. But I don't know. I didn't keep up with the. I'm very happy that the Raptors won for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
It's
pretty big deal.
absolutely. I think it's good for the NBA because it's like if finally another team outside of America wins, even though there's only one outside of America. And the team is also comprised of Americans, so it's not even
Yeah.
there's not even that like real Canadian pride. But I just think it's really good. It's nice to see something new, especially like I mean I keep up with sports, so I know like about Golden State and stuff, and it's just nice to not see the big boy on campus keep winning.
Yeah, it gets
I know.
real stale. Were
Mhm.
people out like partying after they won?
Not well. I live in the suburbs in Montreal. Montreal is about 5 or 6 hours east of Toronto. And I know people were partying in the city.
Okay.
But here out in the suburbs, I didn't
All
really
right.
hear anything. Montreal is more Montreal and Canada as a whole is more of a hockey country, obviously.
Yeah.
And when teams from Canada have done well, like during the Olympics or just the NHL in general, you'll hear like cars going down the road honking and stuff like that. But nothing for basketball. I was really surprised.
Huh.
Damn. Well, I was very excited because this is like the first time I've been invested in the playoffs in a very long time, and I I told my roommate, I'm like, the Raptors are going to win it, and he doesn't watch basketball, so he just kept saying Golden State was gonna win because he knew
Ew, I
I
hate
would
your
get.
roommate.
Because he only said it because he knew I would get mad if they did win.
Triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really happy when the Raptors won because I'm tired of seeing LeBron James this or the Golden State Warriors this. I'm glad LeBron didn't make the playoffs, and I'm glad the Warriors didn't win because I'm tired of the super team craze.
Yep.
But the Lakers are keeping that going by signing Anthony Davis or trading for him. So now they're
Mhm.
making their own super team of their own, which I'm uh kind of curious to see how that goes because
Especially since the Lakers have so much history in the
yeah,
finals and
Yeah.
championships and stuff.
yeah. I just I just hope that Kawhi Leonard stays in Toronto. And I just hope that more stars don't sign to like the Lakers because I kind of like because these playoffs were really close. It was like really competitive. A lot of game sevens, but unlike last year where it's just like I feel like it was a blowout city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good that Toronto won.
Yeah.
Gives
It's
another team a chance.
and then like St. Louis also won the NHL
Oh yeah,
playoffs, and it was like their first one or something. So it's really good for sports when it's not the power teams constantly winning.
yes. Um, I I would say Toronto's a power team, but they don't have that big of names except for Kawhi Leonard. But
Mm-hmm.
they have like a good team that can score and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that that's all you really need to
Yeah.
take down like a team.
I mean, now they're gonna be more known though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna recognize Van Fleet and Lowry.
Oh yeah, exactly. Van Vliet was really good. Like the whole team was good. They got a couple good breaks with injuries on the Warriors side.
Yeah.
Uh,
I wonder how it would have gone if KD was on the Warriors for the whole time and
and
didn't.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, for
If
that
Klay
one game.
Thompson, yeah, if Klay Thompson didn't get injured in the last game they played, I probably would have seen the Warriors winning because I've seen Klay Thompson go off 50 points like
Yeah,
easily.
Klay Thompson actually was a Washington State University Cougar for so that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like to see that, but I hate the Warriors. I just hate the fact that Steph Curry chews on his mouth guard. It makes me so mad.
Every camera cut.
Yeah, but
I'm
Klay
fine.
Thompson's confirmed to be in Space Jam 2, I'm pretty sure, so that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Pretty good.
Well, you guys have anything else to add before I move on?
I think that's all.
That's all? Better be.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh yeah, bring back the Sonics.
bring back the Sonics.
Yeah.
Come on, Russ. You got this, Russell.
I'm tired of making the Sonics in 2K.
Dude, I have to switch to the OKC alt to the Sonics or use their classic team. It's ridiculous.
I make a franchise and just
Ugh.
create the Sonics all together,
So,
like from scratch.
I'm very curious. You guys all hopped on this very quickly. So why'd you decide to join this podcast? Be on an episode.
Kevin's pretty cool, so yeah.
You hear that? Kakui.
Yeah, I
thought
didn't say you're handsome. I said you were cool, bro.
Damn.
I thought it would
keeper's
be.
cool.
I thought it would be interesting to just join a podcast. It's like the banter that I heard in the episode was up my alley, and I thought it would be an interesting way to get to know someone that is in my server as well as other people. I don't know, just to do something different. Yeah.
Yeah, you also got to get Michael back on here.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the original team on there. I really like the dynamic, and I really like this dynamic too.
Nice.
Dude, we can make a super team.
Super team.
Everyone will be buying our $30 podcast.
Yeah, $30. I joined the podcast. Well, first I listened to the first episode and I like the idea. I like listening to podcasts. I think they're interesting. I know they're just people talking and stuff, but like you get to learn a lot. People.
Yeah, because you can
From
listen
just
to them
talking.
while you're doing anything. You could listen to them while you're running or doing anything.
Yeah, especially at work. I put that on during work when I was doing stuff and made the time go by really fast. Everything, I don't know. I thought it would be fun too, because I've never done like a podcast type of thing. I've always just talked to my friends, not like recording and stuff. But it's cool, I think, to like meet new people and especially new people that know Kevin too, and see how they known him and stuff.
But what's great about me is that I don't really know Kevin, so I'm like, I'm gonna use this to get to know Kevin.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, I'm gonna hop on this server and see if anyone wants to fuck with this podcast.
Yeah, you need to play with this man. You need to play some Splatoon with this man.
I do. I played yesterday. For like
Did you
10
play? You
minutes.
played the Splatfest?
Yes, I did for like 10 minutes.
What team were you on?
I was on Narwhal.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't no unicorn, bitch.
Wow.
Also, John, when are you gonna fight me in Smash? Like you've been talking mad shit since.
Oh yeah.
And you said you got a Switch. I added you. Did you
I do.
sell your Switch?
I just haven't turned it on in a little bit.
Bro. Alright, we all gotta play Smash. Like, this group needs to play Smash together.
I'm down.
I forgot. Okay. It's in the corner in my room.
John, I'm gonna hurt you so hard.
I just been playing on my PC.
He's a PC gamer.
Master Race.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, speaking of Overwatch, this has no correlation to it. Summer plans. What are your guys' summer plans? Like, I am going to my brother's beach house in New Jersey or New York in August. Outside of that, I'm just trying to get a job. I got to pay off these student loans.
Dude, yeah.
I want to keep going with this podcast. I'm aiming to get a different computer and a good mic. I'm aiming for those like blue snowball mics or something. Nothing too expensive, but it's my tentative summer plans.
Yeah, dude, just make sure your computer can get 50 frames on RuneScape and you're chilling.
Oh shit! Yeah. This is
we
like
didn't talk about RuneScape.
Dude, I've been playing this entire time. Let's see how much I've gained 340K hunter experience this entire time, so thank you guys.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
no worries, bro. We're here for you.
I'm just working, building experience. I don't unfortunately have too much experience in pastry, uh, and so I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I'm in a really positive environment and just gonna work and make money and yeah, and
Yeah,
hopefully.
you could have fooled me with those pastries. Those look pretty baller.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like no one would give me a chance for 3 years, and it's like I can do
Minimum of
shit.
1 year experience needed. Minimum
Yeah,
of
fuck.
like every
It's
company
so
says it.
true.
That's so dumb.
How do I get
Speaking
experience
of
if you won't hire me?
exactly. Speaking of pastries, have you guys ever heard of Cinnaholics?
No.
No.
I have not.
Kevin, go check that out in Seattle. They're opening one right by my house.
Oh.
It's a vegan
Ooh.
bakery. Everything in there is has no dairy in it, and it's delicious. You'd have no idea. Like it's really good.
I've definitely had some vegan like treats. Those are they don't
Uh-huh.
they like taste the same, but they're not.
Uh,
You can't even tell. Like, you can't.
Thanks, John.
I know you
Yeah,
can't tell.
I
I'm just
actually
saying.
I went to California to
Surprises
visit
me.
my roommate, and he wanted to take me there. And then when I was in Seattle, I had to just walk past it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I smelled something, and I turned to my left, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I need.
So yeah, you Seattleites definitely should go check that out when you get a chance.
I'll put it on my. I'm going there tomorrow, so I'll probably check it out.
Okay, sick.
Do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, my plan is just to get started with this job, and short term plans. I'm gonna try to go to Vietnam and teach English. So
That's
I,
amazing.
I was
Oh,
actually
nice.
I paid a deposit and I was all set to go November 29th, but I think I'm actually gonna change that because that's pretty much right when the school year ends, and then they also have a Lunar New Year called Tet. So if I got there and got done with my class like by the beginning of January, I'd pretty much have like no job for like a month and a half because they start back up in like February. So I think I'm gonna go in February and get
Hmm.
certified to teach English as a second language. And
That's amazing.
yeah,
Nice. That sounds
That's
fun.
really, really awesome that you're
yeah,
doing that.
I'm looking forward to it. Pay off those loans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And experience a new place and
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that because it allows you to, be free and go wherever you want. Because as long as people need to learn English, there's a huge demand. So
mhm,
should be pretty independent once I'm able to do that.
amazing.
So,
Um.
John. Yeah.
Yes. Summer plans. So, I'll be working all
Yeah.
days of summer except for the
Yeah.
weekends. Uh,
Get that
but
money.
uh, my parents are coming down next week actually, or my whole family
Oh.
is. So they're
Oh,
gonna be
sweet.
visiting California. I took like 10 days off of work
Oh, that's
to
awesome, dude.
show them around
You sh-
Cali, see
show
what's
them
up.
your e-girlfriends, your
he,
twin.
Oh,
he
oh,
can't
Introduce
you
your
show his
dad to
parents
them.
those.
you
He can't.
already know.
You already
You
know,
can't bring
bro.
those girls home.
I know. But yeah, yeah, probably gonna go to Disney one of these days, and then probably
Ooh.
the
Ooh.
beach, and whatever else there is to do in Cali.
I'll be
Um,
waiting on Instagram for those photos.
yeah.
Kevin stalks your page.
Ready, John.
Yeah,
But
that's about it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's it.
family time is great, man. It's just
Yeah.
Mhm.
awesome.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Grayson's Vietnamese job, Vietnam job. Sounds like you're going to war. We were originally gonna work in Japan as English teachers, Grayson and I, but
Yeah,
that didn't fall through because they were like, we're gonna teach other
yeah,
people. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I sent Grayson a different job. That's
yeah.
for
That actually looks really cool.
he'd
It
be
was like a ski resort job, and you
yeah.
get free lodging and everything. Like, sounds
Oh,
awesome.
It's for
that's
graduate students, and you do like all types of work, but I applied for a different position, and it'd be international marketing assistant.
Oh, dude, that would be sweet.
And I got pretty far into the recruitment process, but then they said, "Oh yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna move on with other candidates." I'm like, "Ah, thanks though." That's
Aw.
They said they need at least a year of work, but I got like pretty far
Huh,
into it,
sounds
only like
familiar.
4 months of experience. I was like, "Oh well, if I could weasel my way into that, I'm sure I'll be somewhere in Japan in no time."
Dude, yeah.
But
I'll
Asian
be there
models,
someday soon because
yeah.
I'm pretty much just like barely above intermediate even after 4 years of studying Japanese. So.
Yeah,
But that's
Dang.
the good part is that we got a lot of the grammar down, so it'll be pretty easy to build off of. It's just mostly vocabulary and sounding natural. So, but I definitely have to go there to become fluent someday. So I might see Kevin there someday.
So who knows? Like, maybe we'll have a Asia Blender podcast where I bring on real Asians.
Get Omar on here.
As
I'm
opposed
You're
to fake
you're not a
ones.
real Asian.
I'm a real Asian, but I'm American Asian, as in my parents are Asian, but I was born in America, and I am.
You're an
Anti-stereotypical.
immigrant-born child. You count as an Asian. I am first
Not according to
generation
my parents,
Canadian. I consider myself an immigrant in a way,
but
since my parents are European.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm not Canadian. I'm European. Fuck that.
yeah. Screw Canada. Omar,
Whoa.
if you're listening, hop on this podcast, download Discord. No, don't even I have a spare account I'm using right now. Just use that. You don't have to make an account. Just come on this podcast, bro.
But
I'm
yeah,
Discord's
pleb. This pleb
Discord's
thinks that Discord is a social media
social
platform.
media. Yeah.
free. Kinda
Okay.
is.
Kinda.
It kind of is, kind of not. It's like Skype. Skype is social media.
From when I first downloaded Discord till now, it's been a
Yeah, I guess it's kind of
changed a
you can
lot.
join like servers and stuff and tune
Yeah,
it to your interests. I guess it is.
and then I guess you can play games right off of Discord too. Like
Yeah,
you have
and
like
people can
quick,
see what you're playing too.
yeah. So
Don't stop. You're selling it as social media. Stop. It's not. Uh.
I'm just saying.
With that being said, that's our final topic. Do you guys have any plugs or shout outs you want to do before I say any closing remarks?
Yo, shout out to Omar. He's the biggest pleb of all time, and I'm just kind of interested in what so get on the
And what?
podcast. But
You cut out there.
oh, sorry, I just saying shout out to the biggest pleb ever, Omar. I just want to know what he's doing in his life, so you should hop on the podcast. And also, I had a great time. It's nice meeting John and Jonathan.
Likewise.
That's nice meeting you too.
Yeah,
What's
This is
his
fun.
name?
I'd like to do another
Greysen.
Greysen.
Why'd you say him, bro?
No. It's good. It's good. It's good.
My plug is come to West Rose Pastry Shop in Montreal. Don't come in the basement where I work. Just come in the shop and buy pastries and then leave.
Don't meet me.
Don't
Just
meet
buy
me.
the food.
Just get the food, please.
Tell the people who you're buying the pastries from that you heard about this on a podcast, and then hopefully I'll get a sweet, pay increase because I'm doing good promotion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Use promo code. No.
Oh yeah, use promo code Blender for 10% off.
Your pastries.
Yes, pastries. I don't know.
You shout out
Follow my
girls, your Twitter.
Yo, follow my Twitter. It'll be link in description. Follow my Instagram. That'll be in the description too.
I'm gonna put it there. I hope you know that.
Hey man, that's fine.
Hey man, that's fine. Hell yeah.
If you guys want to play any games anytime soon, that'd be dope too.
RuneScape.
Man, I haven't played RuneScape in so long.
We're all gonna be playing RuneScape.
Yeah, boy.
But with that being said, shout out to all of John's e-girls and Twitter girls out there. Hit my boy up. John's a great guy. I love him to death.
one more plug. If you have Twitch Prime, or Amazon Prime, which gets you Twitch Prime, you can get a month free on RuneScape. So yeah.
And you can sub to John's favorite Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
Who are also e-girls. But
Yes.
again, thank you for
Well,
listening to the
technically not.
Blender podcast. Follow us at Salty Sanctions on Twitter. This is the second episode. Happy Father's Day, and peace.